If fatty meals leave you bloated, nauseous, or feeling like they just sit there, there's a good chance your gallbladder isn't actually the problem. And that's exactly why so many people spend years chasing the wrong solution. Give me the next 5 minutes and I'll show you why healthy mitochondria may be one of the missing pieces of fat digestion, and why the problem might not be breaking fat down, but getting it where it needs to go. If you're listening to this and thinking, that sounds exactly like me, just get in touch. I have several free resources that cover different aspects of gut health and mitochondrial function, and I'm always happy to point people towards the one that's most likely to help them. I'm passionate about helping people understand the root causes behind chronic digestive symptoms by looking beyond symptom management and focusing on how the body's cells actually function. Every video I make is designed to give you one practical insight that changes how you understand your health. Because when you understand what's really happening inside your body, you can make much better decisions about how to support it. Most people assume that difficulty digesting fatty foods automatically means they need more bile, more digestive enzymes, or that something is wrong with their gallbladder. And yes, sometimes that can be true, but sometimes digestion isn't the problem at all. Sometimes your intestinal cells absorb the fat perfectly well, they just can't move it any further. So people start trying every digestive supplement they can find, more ox bile, more digestive enzymes, more bitters. Maybe they even remove healthy fats from their diet completely. Yet despite trying all these different approaches, the symptoms often never fully disappear. Why doesn't that work? It's because digestion is only half of the story. Once fat has been digested, your intestinal cells still have to absorb it, package it into tiny transport particles called chylomicrons, and then send it through your lymphatic system so the rest of your body can actually use it. A fascinating study published in Nature discovered something remarkable. Researchers disrupted the mitochondria inside intestinal cells. The cells could still absorb fat, but they couldn't transport it. Instead, huge droplets of fat simply accumulated inside the intestinal cells themselves. The problem wasn't getting fat into the cells, it was getting it back out again. The researchers also found that when the mitochondria stopped functioning properly, another important structure called the Golgi apparatus, the cell's packaging and shipping department, started falling apart. Without that shipping department, the fat couldn't leave the cell, it simply piled up. Even more interesting, this wasn't being driven by inflammation, it was a metabolic problem. The cells simply didn't have healthy enough mitochondria to perform one of their normal jobs. That completely changes how we think about digestive symptoms. Sometimes poor fat digestion isn't simply a digestive problem. Sometimes it's a cellular energy problem. So what I would suggest is this. Stop assuming every fat digestion issue starts with your gallbladder or bile production. Consider whether your intestinal cells actually have the energy they need to process and transport fats properly. Step 2 would be start supporting mitochondrial health by focusing on the foundations of cellular energy: quality sleep, nutrient status, blood sugar balance, movement, and reducing the things that place constant stress on your mitochondria. Step 3 would be begin looking at digestive symptoms through a cellular lens. Instead of only asking, how do I digest this food, ask, do my cells have what they need to do their job properly? Because your gut isn't just a tube where food passes through, it's one of the most metabolically active tissues in your body. Healthy mitochondria don't simply make ATP, they help repair your gut, support nutrient absorption, maintain your intestinal barrier, coordinate immune function, and now we know they also help package and transport the fat you eat. When your cells have the energy they need, they can perform the jobs they were designed to do. That's a much bigger conversation than simply adding another digestive supplement. If you'd like to explore this further, just reach out and tell me a little about what's been going on. I have several free resources covering different aspects of gut health, inflammation, digestion, and metabolic health, and I'm always happy to point people towards the one that's most relevant to their situation. Digestive symptoms don't all have the same root cause. The fastest way to make progress isn't collecting more information, it's getting the right information. Starting with a resource that's relevant to your situation helps you understand what's actually driving your symptoms, so you can stop chasing generic advice and begin supporting the systems that really matter. Because at the end of the day, digestion isn't just about food, it's about energy.